Okay, what is going on, CYPRX YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, foreign exchange, how to trade them, utilizing technical analysis, fundamentals, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. In today's video breakdown, guys, we're going to cover a intraday trade on Xrp and that I'm currently floating in. All right, so I'm going to start to split up the videos on YouTube to kind of weed out the people who are here watching this YouTube channel to kind of get signals, and then the people who are really trying to soak up information. So if you're one of those individuals and you're learning stuff from this YouTube channel via technical analysis and how to analyze the markets the way that I do, again, nothing that I display here for you guys is investing advice. So I'm going to start breaking down the cryptocurrency videos into parts where I'm going to actually start to break down my intraday trades. For anybody that is interested in intraday trading and scalping XRP, obviously, of course, you guys know I use Xrp'S, and you don't have to utilize that broker. I'm not recommending it to you or anything. It's just the broker that I'm comfortable with using. I've made withdrawals from them. I've been using them for almost 3 years now, and it's just who I'm comfortable using, okay? So in this series, all right, we're going to cover intraday trades and scalp positions that I'm taking on XRP. Let's just talk about this scalp position that I'm currently in right now. I'm looking to trade and hold this position up into the 75-cent region where the market created a retail pattern in the form of trend line here and then liquidated those positions. We can see that this supportive region held for quite some time. So this area of support held for quite some time, or this trend line held for a decent amount of time. Look at this, about 3 hours and 30 minutes. And then the market melted right through that. So I'm looking for this intraday hold to come and clear the equal highs from above these highs here. All right, and when the market does that, I will seek to take my profit too, if of course the market does this. Now my stops are moved to break even on this leverage position. Just to go into detail on why it was that I entered this trade, my confluence is behind this trade, okay? Now the market sentiment surrounding the Russia-Ukraine conflict for quite some time has been exceedingly, I guess you could say, influential in the market, meaning that the market has moved in tandem with a lot of that news, meaning that there are bearish news articles that have come out and then the market will experience dips. Now, as well as there has been bullish articles come out and the market has experienced rallies, okay? So right now, all I'm seeking to do on XRP is hold my long-term positions. I'm not looking to purchase any more XRP at this quote-unquote dip buying opportunity, and I've told you guys that on the higher time frame. I think that XRP is going to come down into the potential 55 cent to 41 cent region again. Okay, I think that 100% we need to revisit this area before we see any new all-time highs on XRP. Now, could we see a rally back to $1 to clear out some of this liquidity above these equal highs here? Yes, we could. Okay, let's go over to the dollar range right here. Okay, where we can see the market created a high level of resistance here, or where we can imagine buy stops exist above these highs for people waiting for price to break above $1. There's just all kinds of liquidity that exists above these highs. Okay, so we're just going to identify those as equal highs. I think the market could potentially come and grab those and then go lower. That's an option that we could potentially see. But overall, I think that before we see a new high or all-time high on XRP, we are going to see another dip buying opportunity, quote unquote. Again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to buy here or buy there. This is just my technical analysis aspect long term, okay? Going back down to the lower time frame, talking about this trade entry real fast before we wrap this video up, okay? In the next video breakdown, guys, I'm just going to read fundamentals. So I'm going to have some cryptocurrency videos where I'm doing technical analysis, and then also some where I cover some fundamentals and some interesting articles that I want you guys to be mindful of, okay? But so to come into this intraday scalp position, again, stops are moved to break even on this trade. It was so far a 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio. So there was the entry right there at 695. Coming into this trade, what can we see? Again, same principles that I teach you guys in most of the YouTube videos where we cover XRP price action, New York session. What do we see? Early buyers and early sellers. Okay, early sellers above these highs, early buyers beneath these lows prior to 8:30 a.m. Okay, coming into this New York session, we can see that Asia session pushed price action down. Reverse price action started to create what? The definition of an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. Past price action over into London session. Now we're still operating inside of this A to B range to the downside. Okay, so if we're going to switch our mindset, what needs to be broken? This lower high right here. And what do we get? In London session, the market creates a new structural high. So now we have what? The pattern that I teach you guys to pay attention to. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high formation. This is the definition of an uptrend right here. Okay, all of this price action. So coming into this New York session, we have to assume that the market makers right now that are in control of this market, their goal is to attack what? Buy stops as well as people's stop losses who rest above these highs, okay, or previous highs, in the form of sell positions. So we have two types of positions that rest above these highs. We have people who sold, okay, and their stop losses are resting above the highs here and maybe resting above the highs here, okay? And then we also have people who have positions in the market in the form of buy stops, okay, where they were waiting for the market to come and break above this high and then continue the position higher, which if their stop loss was in the right place or in a extended area, maybe down here, they're currently floating in profit right now, right? As you guys can see, a buy stop would have triggered right here. They would have been in drawdown temporarily for, let's measure this out. Okay, so about 8 hours, they would have been in drawdown, and then eventually, finally, their buy stops again would have put them in profit, and they would currently be floating in profit. And obviously, of course, you guys know that for scalpers and intraday traders, you're not going to be looking for a risk to reward ratio that's all thrown off like this, okay? The move for a scalper was down here where people that are watching this channel, you guys have to understand what type of trader I am. I'm an actual intraday trader / scalper where I seek to take profit from intraday and scalping positions in the forex market, and I just applied that to cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency pairs that I hold, like Casper, XRP, okay, HBAR, right? So understand that when you're watching these videos, the type of trader that I am, and I'm not going to sit here and give you guys these, false, impulsive, bullish, jargon XRP that's just surrounding the YouTube. It's disgusting right now. Everybody's just bullish all the time. And nobody's going to learn how to trade these markets that way. If you're just watching bullish videos all the time, okay, I'll teach you guys how I attack sell positions in the bear market or a temporary bearish market. And I will also teach you guys how I attack positions in a bullish market or a temporary bullish market, okay, on an intraday level. That's what's going to be covered in these videos. So anyways, to continue this, I know that I just ranted for a little bit, but what it is that I teach you guys is in order for the market to go higher, we need to see a grab of liquidity. Well, we get that here, London session. The market grabs these lows right here, these internal structure lows, okay, but fails to break previous structural higher lows, right? You guys see this is a higher low in comparison to the previous ones where the market was led to a higher high. The market created internal liquidity, grabbed that liquidity. We failed to break the overall structure and we rallied higher, creating new market structure highs. We are respecting bullish order flow. So coming into this New York session, all right, again, what it is that I teach you guys, after the grab of liquidity, focusing in on significant higher lows after the grab of liquidity, which would be what? Any higher lows all in this area, right? These will be the ones that you're following. But we see here, this was the most significant one that led to a new market break in structure. And not this break in structure, previous market structure here, okay? So now we've completely broken new and old market structure. We've broken new market structure here, and we've broken old market structure here. This is a nice break in market structure, a nice move and shift in momentum. How can we determine that this is now the bank and institutions moving price from A to B, okay? How? Because we know that the market makers are the only people that have the amount of money and the amount of volume, okay, to move the market this way, all right? We as retail traders and small cap investors cannot move the market like this. So when we see a move like this, we know it's an institutional move. So if we want to get in on the moving train, we utilize the things that I teach you guys coming into New York session to capitalize on a move to the upside, right? And as you guys can see, price pulled back and we got another beautiful rally back to the upside that has put me in a beautiful 1 to 4, 1 to 5 risk to reward trade depending on how high we go, okay? This could turn into a potential, let's measure this out, where my second take profit is. This could end up to potentially be a 1 to 12 risk to reward, which would be a 12% gain on my leveraged capital, okay? So just to show you guys the power of scalping and intraday trading, again, if anybody's new here and you're interested, okay, I recommend not just going and reading baby pips and actually learning from a mentor, whether that's me. I'm not going to sit here and boast like you need to join my mentorship. You guys know that link is in the description down below if you're interested. However, I highly advise that you don't just randomly buy the dip because people are telling you to, or Twitter is telling you to, or YouTube is telling you to. Again, I'm not telling you guys that this is the time to buy the dip. I'm just showing you all what I do so that way you could potentially interpret that in your own way and apply it to potentially make yourselves profitable in the long run, right? Here we can see same methodologies, same entry criteria for the London session move, where we see a grab of liquidity that leads to fractal market structural higher lows and higher highs after the grab of liquidity. This was the London session move you could have entered in on utilizing this method. Okay, why? Because we see a grab and sweep of liquidity that leads to a market structural higher low, even though it's fractal. You guys can see here, this is a structural higher low in comparison to the previous one after the grab of liquidity. We could have taken our fib from the low to the high, and you see here the entry would have been at 62% discount. Beautiful risk to reward on London session scalps. Same methodologies for this New York session. The market repeats these patterns over and over and over again. And if you're looking for retail patterns that you can find on baby clips or trading books that 90% of the trading crowd are reading, you're going to get clapped out of the market. Okay? You're going to get clapped out of the market guaranteed. Okay? But so anyways, we see a new A to B move here, but the market retraces and then breaks structure. So this A to B move was not done moving. Okay? The market was not done expanding, right? How do we know that? How do we know that? Because this is a structural move that leads to a break in market structure fractally. Okay, then we get a higher low and another move higher. Okay, but we have not pulled into discounted price here in this area. So the market was not done rallying. Same thing here. Okay, the market didn't really pull into a firm discounted price from this swing low. Okay, the market only pulled back. I guess some retail traders, they like to call this a bullish flag, bullish pendant, or whatever. I don't know, they call it their little chart pattern names. Okay, and then they're expecting some type of breakout, which they could get that if they're good at capitalizing on that. But what they don't understand is the banks are actually targeting, okay, sell stops beneath these lows and what? Leveraged buy positions from people who bought early, okay, whose stop losses look like this. Maybe some are tight, maybe some are moved to break even. And then you also have people who are looking and seeking to sell if price comes beneath these lows. So you have liquidity in this area. And look what the market does. The market comes, it dumps into liquidity. Then we see a market reversal. We see a higher high, higher low, higher high formation. Look at the entry. Okay, look at the entry. After the grab of liquidity, which was right here, we see a higher high, led to a higher low, led to a higher high. So now we have a new A to B move, fractally. Let me zoom in for you guys. So all I did was I took my Fibonacci from the higher low after the grab of liquidity that was led to a break in structure. Look at the discount entry, 100% discount. I entered with my stops beneath the previous low. That was the grab of liquidity, and boom. We had a beautiful reaction to this level. This was also a psychological level, the 69500 level, which is in tandem with what it is that I teach surrounding psychological levels and things of that nature. And we had a complete massive explosion to come and do what? Attack people. If we're imagining liquidity above these highs, we have two types of liquidity. We have people that are seeking to buy at this price action level, which of course now they would potentially be coming back to a break-even trade. As you guys can see, extending that over, the market has almost come back to where it would have tapped in people's buy stops. A buy stop meaning that when price passes this level, it enters you in a buy position with a stop loss set at a determined or previous price point. Okay? And then it also, right, gives you the ability to target what other kind of liquidity? People who sold this as a high or a level of resistance whose stop losses exist here. So the market is going to make a decision, right? The market's going to make a decision now. It's going to decide whether to reverse, okay? Or it's going to make a decision whether to go higher. All right? So anyways, blessings to you guys all. I hope that you enjoyed this video breakdown. Very beautiful entry surrounding the CYPRX confluences that I teach you guys on the YouTube channel. Again, easy to understand, reacting to what price action is telling you in the form of momentum moves, volume, okay, rejections of psychological levels after grabs of liquidity, understanding structure properly, understanding time properly, okay, understanding that prior to New York session, we understand, obviously, of course, I'm a New York session trader, so I teach, New York session. I'm only a New York session trader. I don't really capitalize on positions during London. I'm best at New York session, so I'm just going to stick to what I'm good at, right? That's what you should do in trading. So I will continue to break these trades down for you guys. Blessings to you all. If you're interested in the mentorship, it is down in the link in the description below. If you guys enjoyed this video breakdown, please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that way you don't miss any further videos. Everybody take it easy. As always, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.